Hey, it's me building $100,000 a year business live in public. And how these daily updates usually go is that first I wait for my whimsical to load and I answer your questions, help with make scenarios, try to provide some value to you. Then I look at my growth stats and then I do some strategy, life work, or just freestyle yapping, talk about whatever topics are close to me. Let's get into the questions right away. This is my main channel sitting at 222 subscribers right now. Very nice number. And then what I do is that I check both the questions on this channel, and there are currently no new questions, and on the daily updates channel, which is very small. It's just in its beginning. Let's check the community tab, and there are no new questions. So what I do instead is I go to this really smart guy, Nick Soraev, and he has a daily channel, and I just steal his questions. Basically, I just answer to the things that he would answer to, and really make my ideas clear. So Alvio is saying, hey, this might be a weird question, but if I use one of my friend's Stripe account, who is from USA, but I'm from a country where Stripe is not available, and he is a normal employed person, and if this money goes to his account, what about tax situation? And is there any way to reduce it by treating me as an employee or something? I don't know much about the US tax, and please don't recommend to get a payment process that works in my country because I don't have an account. This is the only person that will help. Yeah, depends where you're from, right? If he's willing to help you, that's very nice. Obviously, be very nice to him if he's willing to help you, because there's a very large, basically unlimited downside on his side and basically no upside. You're getting all the upside of this deal. So if he's willing to do that, just treat him like a gold, give him some percentage of the money that you will get. Now, regarding tax, obviously he will need to pay tax on that income. If he employs you, given you're not of a nationality that Americans can do business with, such as Iranian or North Korean or whoever else is on that list, that probably shouldn't be a problem, but you will need some official document, right? Some official invoice or anything like that. So you would need to have that capacity in your own country. And then your question is, if you have this capacity to legally have a business, let's say in your own country, is there a way how you can accept payments on your own? Because I guess there will also be the risk of him being liable for whatever work you do. So from your side, good for you, but be very aware of not fucking up his life if he goes for this. Steve Bram is saying, hey, I'm the one who's targeting interior designers and architecture for art piece. I have sent you email copy on your email. I would like your thoughts. Okay, this is only to Nick specific. This is something that's in an email, so can't access that. MDRAF, very difficult name, man, is saying, hey, what's up, man? I had a question swirling around my mind for a few days, so here it is. If we talk about startup ecosystem, the core of any startup revolves around their UVP, unique value proposition. Fair. The thing that makes the value creation of the startup unique. My question was, how can I apply the same approach in automation agency model? Because automation agencies usually are serving quite the same services in specific niches based on what they either think will make them more money or someone told them to do. So how can we create this uniqueness into value creation? And second question is a quick one. I'm on a challenge to build this agency with zero money spent till I close first 2 clients. Just wanted to ask you, is it possible or not? If yes, then I would appreciate a few tips regarding the initial process. Thank you for providing priceless support. First question about the uniqueness. I don't think that you need to approach automation agency with the same outlook as you would approach a startup, because there's very different things that you're optimizing for. Usually with the startup, you're optimizing for enterprise value and you're trying to get some outside money, some investors to give you this money that you can play around with and hopefully make them more money and make yourself money in the process. So for that, usually your idea needs to be unique, or you need to have some very specific track record, and your idea needs to solve some very specific problems. Also, the startups are always looking for things that are scalable. However, as an agency, this is not likely an issue. You don't need to build something that's very different or very unique or that's very scalable. And to be honest, you will never scale agency to the levels that you can scale some products and some startups. But that's not necessarily a wrong thing or a bad thing. Agencies in general are very cash-driven businesses. You can make it your cash cow, have a decent life out of that. And you don't need to be unique. You need to know how to do the service, know how to deliver it semi-decently. And obviously for me, for instance, I really like automation. So I'm building up my knowledge base consistently. But to be honest, in general, I don't think you need to be great. You need to be decent, and you need to be good at sales and really getting the clients, because that's what agencies are. Most of the times they're very sales-driven businesses. Regarding the second question, if you mean zero money, like really zero, then it will be very difficult, because even things like Domain, Loom, all these tools and softwares, you need some money for it. So if you don't have any money, I would recommend get some job, like part-time job, get a little bit of money. If you have $100, it will be more doable. Still low budget, but very doable. In that case, I would get maybe Loom, maybe Upwork, some money for Upwork for the connections, because you need to pay to apply to the connections, and that should be enough in the beginning, and you should be able to really build this out and get your first 2 clients with this budget. But complete zero, to be honest, that will be very difficult. Chris is saying, hey Nick, what budget do you recommend starting with when joining Maker School? I'm saving to start trying the business out, but I don't know if I should focus more time to unrelated freelancing work to get a budget, or focus more time in just getting started with no budget, free work and first clients. What's the most efficient route, and what would be a good number to aim for apart from paying for Maker School? For reference, I really put my time into freelancing. I could save about $500 in my 1 month. My fear is hitting roadblocks. Maybe I'm just overthinking. I just appreciate your advice. If you can get $500 in 1 month, I would do that, and that gives you enough budget to start playing with the automation agency, to buy the software stack that you need, as I mentioned just a minute ago, and you're good to go. You're golden. Roman says, if you join Make Money with Make, do all 6 months of Maker School get unlocked, or do you still have to wait? I don't know. Hey, study motivation. Again, this is a very frequent responder on this channel. Is saying, hey Nick, any other niche that recruitment that you'd suggest to sell AI outreach, lead gen system, email and LinkedIn? I just don't understand the process of recruitment agencies, and who are they outreaching to, the companies or the candidates, and how would an effective copy look for them? Both, actually. Usually the recruitment agencies are outreaching both to companies to get new clients, and they're also outreaching to potential people, to potential employees that they can convince to work for one of the companies that they have a deal with, and get money, hopefully from both sides. So both, and I think recruitment is very good niche for AI outreach. Obviously, if you start building out some lead gen cold email system, then basically you can do it for any agency business model whatsoever. Gary is saying, hey Nick, what is the pop-up task thingy that you were writing reminders task into? It's not a tool that I'm using, but maybe it will be in a common. Godspeed. Yeah. I was playing around with it. It's like to do Godspeed, and it's pretty cool. It's with keyboards. Outlook Todoist and works the same way. You can also just use it with keyboard shortcuts, but Godspeed is chill as well. Minimentor is saying, hey, what's your take on vibe coding? Its future and possibly becoming a new business model. I'm thinking this could be the next big business model. You could create app, software, websites that solve niche problems now with enough time on vibe coding. Have you used them? Which of three would you recommend? Bolt, Lovable, or Cursor? Love you, Nick. So from I never heard the term vibe coding, but I know Lovable, I know Cursor. So I would guess it's just coding with the help of AI. And Hard Truth, which is smarter, automation services or create an actual software that automates things too. Which one does future favor? So I would say that it's not about future favoring. Let me respond to this question first, right? I don't think that it's about future favoring one of the options. What I think though is that building an agency is easier than building a product or building your own software. And obviously there's a higher upside in the software. Now it depends on what sort of finances you have, what sort of connection, what sort of experience. If you're just starting out, I would go for the agency model. After all, that's something that I am still doing as well. Yeah, let's check the vibe coding. Style of software development where a person uses natural language prompts to instruct AI tools to generate code. Yeah. So that's what I thought. Very interesting. I didn't know that it has its own name. Dead Thunder is saying, thanks for the information. What are your thoughts on working with companies? It's good to work with companies. What do you mean? Is there a difference between companies and clients, and are company agreements more complicated? I'm concerned. I think you may be separating them wrongly, to be honest, because when we're talking about clients in automation, it's a B2B niche, and most of the times the clients will be actual companies. You won't be having a client who wants to automate something random in their own life. It will be a company that is automating the thing that needs to pay you money to make more money on their side. Creating gestes. I have $5 that says the boxer shot was the most replayed moment in the video. Maybe Vasil says, in one of your videos you mentioned that you build automations back to front. Any chance that you can quickly show how you do it? What approach would you take for real big complex automations? I actually don't know what this comment is referring to, right? But I actually think that building very complex automations isn't easy, and it's not easy not because of the technical side necessarily, but because of scope creep. A lot of the times, and very easily, the project will just get drawn out and it will have more and more and more things to do. Okay, I think that's all for my questions today. What I want to do now is just do some YouTube stats, and what I do is that I drag this day down, and it's already May 30th. The time is running so quickly. And what I do is I go in here, I go into my YouTube studio. On this daily update channel, I still have 6 subscribers. Haven't been growing for some time, but that's okay. And then on the main channel, I think we got 1 new subscriber. We have 222 subscribers, so that's golden. Stoked about growing 2 days in a row. Not happening that often, not happening every day. Regarding some strategy life work, I'm starting to have a bit more free time right now. School going, well, not going that great, but I'm almost done with most of the stuff. So hopefully in the next 2 weeks, I'll be able to just focus on business. I'm also, having some responsibilities when it comes to my in-person agency. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about as well. I had an in-person meeting for my education agency today. After a long time, most of the meetings with the clients, with the potential clients, with the leads are online. It's completely different, right? And I actually quite liked it. you develop a way deeper connection with the people. I'm not sure if it's better for the selling. I think in certain aspects, selling over the screen may be even easier. You can control the environment better, but it's just nice experience having a talk with the people live, and you get to also talk to them about different things than just the business that they're trying to pay for. And yeah, human connection, man. Maybe I should be less of a hermit and just go out more. That being said, thank you. That's all for today, and see you guys tomorrow.